Okay, then I will just give the play. So this is based on the parametric system. So in the parametric system, what we do is, at first now we don't do this concatenation of units. What we do is we extract the audio features and recreate the audio itself. Okay. So here, find basic thing. Let us play the same words. So what are we going to observe here is that the intelligibility will still be there, but naturalness will be lost, because we have removed most of the features from the actual audio. So here, yeah. Is it audible? So it is still giving you kurumjali, but with some background vibration noise. Okay, but this will give you the equal amounts of intelligibility. You can understand the words, but naturalness is little compromised. In the earlier system, you have kurumjali like thing. Here it is again, but the amount of say space you need for building this system is much lesser. So it may be something like 20% of the total space you need for the earlier system. Okay, but this system, such kind of system is required for small devices. And just one last demo. Similarly, if you again, this is the Manipuri details, English details. So I am giving the good morning NIT Manipur. Sorry, it should be Manipur Bengal. So, but this NIT won't be produced now. They will produce NIT or something. Okay, but what we are targeting here is that we want Manipuri English details. So here we should have English speaking like the way a Manipuri person will be speaking. Okay. So we need to capture the accent of Manipuri accent, because the way Manipuri speak English and the way other communities speak English will be quite different. Okay. So here we try to capture what. Okay, this is. Yeah, good morning, NIT Manipur. So NIT, it is telling NIT because we haven't tell the system what is the meaning of NIT. This form and so on. So we don't follow the rules, but we just follow the sound. Okay. So but systems are trained in a particular deterministic way. Okay, so when some arbitrary input comes to system does not understand. We have to address this problem. Likewise, again, quite often we don't use Halan. So Halan is very important, but we don't use it, because we assume that implicitly there will be Halan, and we also know what is the word written, right? Our mindset is already prepared. So the moment some word comes, we know that okay, this means this particular word. So even if we do not have Halan, we understand, but system do not understand that. So Halan is another one. Again, quite often Satpa, people use conductor and ta. Conductor and ta are again people use quite often interchangeably. So what I'm trying to say here is, we as such do not follow any rules for writing our text, but we just follow the sound. So, but in the system cannot have that kind of undeterministic approach. We have to have a deterministic approach. Yeah, I just want to So then what we have, we have to take care of all these issues. So we have used different approach of handling these issues. Okay, I think due to lack of time, I'm winding up here.
If you have questions, I think you will be happy to answer. It has been very interactive, so I'm sure you will have questions. And as we go through the question hour, the organizers will be getting the place ready for the valedictory function, but you can still have the questions.
Sir, you said control and uncontrolled. So how did you record in control?
In the so what happens is when the speaker is speaking, one person will be listening every word that he is speaking, and we also write some program. And from the whatever he is speaking again, we keep to some program. It will again continuously monitor what is the energy level, what is the number of words he has spoken in this many number of minutes and seconds and so on. The moment it is exceeding, it should give some alarm. If we get an alarm, then what we do is we ask him the speaker to read it again. Continuously, one person will be listening on the other side and the monitoring continues.
I have a question. As in mentioned, politics, if you have a Bengali text in Bengali script, a native Manipuri speaker reads it and a Bengali speaker reads it, it will be very difficult. For example, cha, things like that. So I think you alluded that to your first concept. Is that how you do it?
We haven't gone from the linguistic perspective, but we have gone from the computational perspective.
Yeah.
So we assume that suppose the previous syllable is having high energy, and there should not be much variation in the following syllable.
So that oscillation spectrum.
The variation should be high. If you give me 1 minute, I will just show you one slide. So this is the interesting results in the existing system and the proposed system. Here, this is what the existing system is. Here, you have one question and the variation is not. So basically, what you do is, we are trying to minimize the variation. So what happens is, as such it is not variation. We have optimized it. Like say, I have 100 units to pick up. Out of this 100 units, I should pick up a particular unit. So I will pick up such a unit that reduces the cost function. So I will have to find for all units, pick up the one that is closest.
Without going into the linguistic.
We have used 3 parameters. One is the payload and the bits and the duration. So the duration, bits, and these are the audio features. There should not be much variation in these audio features.
No, I will tell. Most of them know.
Of chemistry, and I do not have a high.
I will tell.
Talk start English.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah, so I'll give you a warning at 25 minutes.
I have to rush, right?
Yes, we have been far behind schedule, so you have to, all of us have to rush.
And they connect. I need to connect.
Yeah, they will have. Can you have?
Right. I will first give you a quiz, and you have to answer at the end of the thing. Can you read what is written there? So you have to find out the answer at the end. You close your eyes and see it again. Is it going up or down? Check again. Close your eyes, check again. Check carefully. Check again. That's you have to answer at the end, right? It's going both up and down. That's what the beauty of science and technology and your understanding. Okay. So why science and technology is important now? You know, all of you know, it's raining heavily in Chennai, people are affected, lot of people, that's planning, that's nature, that's weather, all of it together, right? Maybe if we have lots of buildings in Manipur, we'll have, in Imphal, we'll have that problem also, similarly. So how technology will help? And this technology, you know, also help to bring peace. Everybody is busy in the world, there will be no quarrel, right? If everybody is busy, there will be no quarrel. That's what the importance. And scientists and technology people, engineers, what is the responsibility? Develop science, develop technology. 100 years ago, or 400 years ago, we had Galileo. That time, physics was most important discovery. 100 years ago, quantum mechanics and others are very important. Now, none of us can live without mobile phone. Remember? None of us can live without FB. You know the meaning of FB, right? That's how life has been transformed in just less than 20 years. What will happen? I will ask you to imagine in another 20 years. You cannot. The computer will be like this in another few years, maybe this year or next year. The whole computer is shortened to this. Now, imagine in future you don't have to delete emails, you don't have to delete some in your computer, all memory possible will be there. That's why scientists and technologies are trying to invent new things. And also, since energy consumption is the main thing in the world, so going solar is a very important thing. So how do we, as scientists and engineers, learn to develop? If we cannot develop ourselves, use the technology to spread. If not, how do we teach? Right? All of us use Facebook, right? Almost all. But none of us teach our students how to use Facebook. Right? Suppose there was a teacher who will teach the students how to use. Similarly, if there was a teacher who will teach how to develop technology so that in future, whole of Imphal, if not Manipur, will be full of solar panels, electricity will be generated in your home. Now, scientists and technologists tell you what? Every morning you need to do exercise or afternoon. So you ride on a bicycle now, and that will charge your mobile phone. That will charge the batteries. That technology will come. So all of these will be the future. So, also, suppose I have, instead of a watch, a band. That will connect to the mobile phone and tell you how good your heart is. I could have shown you the video, but I just have only half an hour, and the chairman has warned me very sternly that not more than 25. Right? So I am like in a jail now. Because I have to teach for 55 minutes to students minimum, otherwise I will not get my salary. Yeah, it's a conference. Yeah. Right. So, what is nano? I'll just tell you what it is. Suppose you take a cube. Take the volume of the cube. Take the surface area. You have how many surfaces? 6 surfaces. So 6 L square. You break into smaller pieces. New surface you create. New energy, surface energy you create. You take millions of them, billions of them. You create that much surface energy. And that, not only surface energy, the system itself changes. Now, I'll give you some example. If you take gold, it doesn't get dissolved in water. You can take out of water, you can wash it with water, no problems. If that gold, if you make earrings, nose guard, bangles, all remains gold. Because the properties of matter at that stage is called bulk property. It does not change. However, if you make it small and small and small, it changes. And that where new properties of matter arise. Once that arises, then what to do with that? What is the new property? If you look at the graph, golden gold has become red. It can become blue, and silver can become golden. Can you use those for technology, for development? What kind of technology, nanotechnology you will use? Suppose I wear clothes, and the color of the clothes will change. As I enter the class, I will have school uniform. Teacher will be happy. I go out of the class. I will have my friend's uniform. Can I program that in my mobile phone? Scientists are thinking how to do that, and they are developing electronics within the clothes. How do you develop that using technology? And that will define future of us. I will walk on the street, electricity will be generated, and battery will be charged. My clothes will also monitor my health. How? That some of it I will give you a hint. These are sciences and technology being developed in our time. In 10 years from now, 20 years from now, it will be integrated in our society, in our lives. That's where we are having now. And chemistry also will play a role, because now almost everything in our body can be replaced by a word called transplantation, except for the brain. Maybe in future brain will be transplanted there. Somebody next year from Italy and China are trying to transplant brain also. That means I will have somebody else's brain. That's what it is. I will become somebody else. Body parts are not common, right? Heart transplant, liver transplant, eye transplant, all are possible. And now brain, if that is possible, then everything is possible in the world. That's where people are going. And also, suppose I take a medicine, normally I will forget to take second time. Now if that medicine has some technology, it will tell me that second dose you have to take. Remind me on my SMS, through my SMS. That scientist is telling, okay, now you take, that technology and science is being developed. That also will be possible. Like a robot will go through our body, cure us of all the diseases, and we'll be happy and live long. We don't have to follow power arm-based technology. We'll have real science technology. That kind of thing we'll be having. And also, in future, there will be one medicine for me, one medicine for you, another medicine for somebody else. So that you don't have allergy, you need really person-specific medicine. Scientists are trying that individual specific technology will be there for medicine. Now, how does one develop a technology? I'll give an example and then I'll tell you why it is so important for us to learn. If nothing else in my life I do, I teach one student in my life well. If I teach one, if I teach 10, if I teach 100, I have done a good job at least. If I cannot create, I'll give an example how one can teach. Remember, all of us in the evening in our life sometime put our hand on a torchlight and saw this ray. And all of us thought, so much blood I have in my palm. And that's not right. We have blood in our palm, but that's because physics. Scattering of light, I have visible light of all wavelengths, red one scatters maximum. Just like morning sun and evening sun, red. So red one reaches there. So that means if you have red light, it can go to your skin, tissues and reach more longer than other wavelengths or near infrared. So how do you develop a technology? Suppose I put a metal plate inside, small metal rod. How small? I cannot see. Very smaller than my hair dimension. So if I shine light, it will become hot. How hot I need to become? Instantly, it should become 42 degrees Celsius. Why 42 degrees Celsius or so? 42 degrees Celsius is approximately 105 degrees Fahrenheit. That time you can feel the cell. So if cell is affected, tissue is affected, you can destroy and cure somebody. This is what technology that is being developed in nano. Nano particles you will bring and then shine light from outside, you can cure diseases. That's one technology. I will just rush through.
Can you print? Now 3D printers are there. Can you print butterflies? And after it's printed, it will fly by itself. That will be wonderful, right? That's what scientists are thinking how to do that. Technology, develop a technology such that you can use it and you can play with the kids also. And very thin, very small with graphene. I'll just quickly go through. As we walk, as we jog, can you charge our battery? How to do that? How to develop the technology? How to think about the science? Recharging a battery, you put into the wall. Some people are doing already, right? Recharging a mobile phone so that they can go to the Facebook immediately, upload the photos. How do you recharge your battery as you walk, as you jog,
as you go to school, as you come back from school. That's what scientists are thinking, that how do you have a shoe which will repair itself? If I get a small cut on my skin, it repairs. If I have a shoe, it gets cut, can it get repaired? I don't need a cobbler. How is it possible? Scientists and technology are thinking how to do that. And that's why it is coming. How to trap sunlight? How your mobile phone, you don't need any charger here, put it outside in the sunlight, it will charge itself. Possible, and Manipur has a lot of sun throughout the year compared to Europe. So we will have good time, whereas Europe will be dark in terms of energy. That's where technology will come to us to develop, to distribute, and to enjoy. And that's why scientists are thinking how to do all of these. Okay, can you imagine that nobody will die from cancer? How to do that? Nobody will die from heart problem. How to do that? How to cure that at the molecular level, at the developed technology? And Gautam Buddha did not want to become old, right? Remember that? For 3 reasons he became Buddha. What are the 3? Old age, disease, and death. Remember that? So every one of us who live longer than 50 will become old. Can you remain young when you are old? All of us want that. How to use technology to do that? That's where scientists are thinking how to do that. Your children, brother, sister will want a TV better than their friends. How do you develop a TV which will be 4D instead of 3D and beautifully it will come? I will tell you some concepts scientists are developing. Remember, when you are watching Manipur, what you watch? Serial or sports? Whatever you want. Or your favorite movies. Then what happened? In the evening, you drink tea or food you are taking, then you move your chair towards the TV as it becomes exciting. Right? In future, screen will move closer to you. Can you develop a technology? You will sit, have a remote, move the screen as it is becoming interesting and come closer to you. Right? And in future, we will have a technology where we will have some implant here. You close your eyes to see the world, not open your eyes to see the world. That will also come in the future. What else? You have curtains here. Suppose I replace my glass panel with electronics inside. Turn it on, it will become dark. Turn it off, it will become bright. So you don't need any more curtain, don't need to clean, don't need to do. You can change the design with your mobile phones of the curtain as you wish. Will it be possible? It may be possible in 10 years' time. That's where throughout the world, advanced world, it is coming. Suppose 100 years ago, none of us had access, or our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents did not access to cars. Now all of us have access to cars of our own or somebody else. In future, can all of us have access to satellites? So that from our home, we'll go to space and come back. So when your parents are angry, when your friends are angry, family, you go to space and come back in the next day or in the evening. Tell you what will happen. Can you do that? How can you do that? That's the thing we have to think. We have to teach our children to think, young people to think, so that someday somebody from Impal or somewhere will be part of the implementation. That's our responsibility. Suppose what will come next? We'll have cars. You take out of home, and whenever traffic jam, you fly. Right? Whenever traffic is slow, you go down. Is it possible? It will be possible. Fill up petrol and go up. That will be possible. Very soon, they will be sold and they will come. That will also come. You will have blood test now. Amount of blood a pathologist takes from us is more than mosquito takes. Right? Mosquito takes very little amount of blood. Now in future, small amount of blood will be required to do the blood test. Now already for sugar test it is taken. And even you will have a patch put like a band-aid and everything will be known. Possible or not? If possible. Only problem will be that whole day I will be crazy, I have this disease, that disease. How it has transformed, I will tell you, ultimately your health. How to keep that? Okay, take less sugar. If it is more than 120, take less sugar. Your tea you take without sugar. That kind of, you don't take less other fat or red meat. That's molecular definition of medicine is coming. Also, in summer you will wear jacket on the street because that jacket will be air conditioned. If you have that jacket now with current technology, You need to be as strong as her. All of us, all of you, I'll just give you an example. This is not nano, but this is hard chemistry and molecules are all. Suppose you take, all of us drink every day lot of H2O, right? Because you have to survive with H2O. Most are blind, then you'll die. Chemistry people say that's a bad experiment. Say you add one more carbon, two more hydrogen. That will become C2H5OH. In the evening, if you drink a little bit of that, you will be happy. Right? That's where you will feel better. And I can honor the judgment or dictum of the chairman. How do you develop a technology? I leave it there two ways. One is called top-down, physicist, and they work also with high load. I just need to go through. And this is one technology that will come also. When we are born, our parents went to astrologer to find out whether we will be educated, we will be married on time, late or early, all of these, right? Now, in future, you don't have to go to the astrologer, you will go to pathology. You will check the DNA sequence instead of the life history and predict everything. That technology will come in all another part. Very soon, not very late. In our lifetime, that's why technology will be developed. I will just quickly rush through. How much time do I have? Then I can jump. Only 5. Okay, then I will give only one example. Right? Then question. Right, I will just, okay. So, how technology is developed? Suppose you want to develop technology. How to develop that? That I will give you an example. Imagine that how we fall in love in our life, if we fall in love. I will give you that example, then I will project it. When we were kids in the school, we write in a small piece of paper and this note, fold it, pass it on to our friend, thinking that friend will be honorable and will not open and pass it on to my real friends. Right? And the friend in between will open it up, see it, fold it back and pass it on. And everybody in the class will know what it is. That's the first time. And then I went home, I became brave, wrote a long letter, fold it, put it into an envelope, and then glue, address, appropriately put stamp, put into the mailbox, and hoping when it reaches, his or her father is not there at home. Right? So you mean, drug discovery and delivery is like that. The later part, the discovery, which molecule will cure me of my pain? Which molecule will reduce my cholesterol level? Which molecule will reduce sugar level? This is the discovery part. Next is folding an envelope. That is the capsule you put it in. That will go inside your body and from body to go to the bloodstream at the right place. And the next, that address. Address is the place when I have a headache, the molecule should go to the head, not to the foot. That's the address part. What's the parents part? When only I have a headache, I should take the money. When there is no headache, we should not be. That's how science are thinking. How they are learning? Viruses affect us. Viruses affect us, remove everything, that they know where to go. Put medicine instead of their gene. That will go right to instead of viruses. That's what science is developed. I just conclude since he's saying, and this is the last one about the technology. How do you develop a technology from science? This is a picture of a sheet of graphene folded into carbon nanotubes. Now, how do you weigh a molecule a small number of protons? This is a machine. Remember, when a mosquito sits on our skin, we cannot know when mosquito is sitting. When do we know? When it is too late. It has sucked blood, given pain, reached my brain, I know that, I slap. If I had a lotion, I put on my skin, every time a mosquito sits, I will know, I'll slap whole evening myself. Now how that analogy goes to weighing machine. If I have folded it into a cube, and if I bend it, I put a circuit, IV I measure, if it's semiconducting or conducting, I measure IV curve. Now if it bends, its IV characteristic changes, resistance changes. Then if some molecule sits on it, it will bend. And IV characteristics, I can know the weight of the molecule. Too heavy, it will change a lot. Too light, it will change a lot. shot, if it twists, that also is. This is how very high precision technology is developed. And our ancestor wrote in a very thick pen. Now we write in a very, very fine pen. We can write whole universe, everything known is written, probably possible soon, not now, but take time, head of a pin. That's what our future will be. This is a photograph in 54 micron by 54 micron, or 45, 50 by 50 micrometer. That's less than diameter of the dimension. Whole photograph is you can see, read, and all of these. What is the future? We'll have rubber band, which will cut and put them together. It will automatically wind itself. Very nicely, heal itself. We'll have polymers. We throw some dust, they will become monomers. I get back to monomer again, make no pollution. That we'll do that. And we'll have waterproof mobile phone. You throw into the water when you are angry, you get back to mobile phone. That scientists are developing how to do that. That's a different purpose. We'll run our car on water, a little bit clean water is required. We'll know how to grow eyes. It's very interesting. Can I grow eyes in the lab and put it back? That it is coming. Can I grow heart? And put it back, transplant. That is coming very soon also. Lots of beauty. And most important, who controls your brain? Not your teacher, not your parent, not your father, not your mother, not your children. Parasites. They affect the brain more than anything else. That's why control scientists have developed a machine where they will put fiber optic cable inside the brain and turn it off and on. So if you today are very angry, immediately switch or remote will be there. That technology is coming. Solar lights for all of us, very beautiful, very foldable mobile phone for all of us, so that you can show off to your friend, I got the best friend, best mobile phone, and very beautiful technology will come to all of us, and we'll be all happy with that. And beautiful, I have lots of things to say, but I have to honor the chairman because he is holding the stick above me, and sometime later we'll do it. I just came back last evening from Bombay, and this I have to. That is why really otherwise I would have come yesterday. So I cannot help. But still, I wanted to share with you some of the experience. Sometime later in the future, maybe I will come to you. You can see. Right? Thank you very much. There is no need. Volume is not here. You just watch itself. What people are doing. Very short video. Just watch this video. He will remove everything from his mobile phone, put it, like credit card, put it inside his arm. And that will be used to do everything. That you see now. He's opening. You see, this is the chip inside his credit card. He's cut his hand, put it inside, he's doing it by doctor. See that? And now it is done. He has electronics inside his body. Now that has everything in the world. So he will go, he will see what he will do. He will connect to mobile phone and bank. He is doing banking, credit card. That's what technology is coming. All of our children will follow that. Right?
I have a question.
Please.
In the interest of the international conference on emerging fields of science and technology,
Right.
I noticed that you have a center for nanotechnology.
Right.
Could you tell us a few research skills in the scientific discourse side?
I will tell you one, if you permit me 1 minute.
Yes.
I'll just I have to open the file.
Could you just describe it?
No, just I will show one slide. I'll describe everything. You just give me 1 minute.
I'm trying to see if we can bring you scientific discourse or not.
Later I have discussed the science. So what technology we have developed, that I will say now. Suppose you can use nanotechnology to do test for blood. So this technology what we have developed, I will have a film that will be colored. If I shine light, it will give yellow color. Now if I put a chemical, that color will vanish. Now if I am a jaundice, I put my thumb, the color will come back. So you don't have to do blood test to know that somebody has jaundice. So these films can be used for preliminary screening of jaundice. So we are developing technology where all you need is put your thumb imprint and you will get to know at least 1 or 2 diseases. That's the technology. We just patented this one in interest. You give me 30 seconds, I will do one more.
Let's thank Professor Chattopadhyay for his very interesting talk again. Now, the next program is the valedictory function as we
Getting on with today's program, I would like to request Dr. T.S. David Singh, co-convener, Organizing Committee, ETSER 2015, to please deliver the.
I, on behalf of the Organizing Committee of this ongoing International Conference on Emerging Trends in Science and Engineering Research, ETSER 2015, during this December 2 to 4, would like to first welcome Dr. S. Birendra Singh, Director, NIT Manipur, to be the chief guest of these valedictory functions. I would also like to thank other dignitaries which are in the dais, namely Professor Joshi, Argya Tarabdar, IIT Kharagpur, Professor Adhikari Mayur Surjalal Sharma from Maryland University, US, and Dr. Onlem Singh, the Academic Affairs NIT Manipur, to be part of these valedictory functions. I will also like to welcome all the distinguished invitees who deliver President's lecture in this international conference on science and engineering, namely Professor Arun Chattopadhyay, Professor V. Sri Hari Rao, University of Florida, US, Professor Vinay Gupta from University of Delhi, Professor Tulika Mitra from IIT Rupri, and many others who I am unable to name here. I will also like to thank all the delegates. I would also like to welcome all the delegates coming from other states from in India, namely NIT Silchar, NIT Agartala, many NIT, and nearby University of Norwich, like Mizoram University, Assam University, Nagaland University. I will also like to welcome the officials, the staffs of my colleagues, and the staffs of the NIT Manipur register, assistant registers, who make this conference a grand success. Lastly but not the least, I would also like to welcome all the media persons, print and media persons, fellows, sound personnel. So I welcome all of you.
Respected Professor Tarabda, invited speakers and their delegates. It is proud privilege for me to present technical report of this international conference on emerging trends in science and engineering research, ETSER 2015. In this valedictory function, the 3-day international conference ETSER 2015 will be concluded today. This conference is organized by Department of Basic Sciences and Humanities under the patronage of our chairman, Professor Y.S. Rajan, and director, Professor S. Birendra Singh. There are altogether 6 sections by mathematics, physics, chemistry, computer science and engineering, electrical engineering combined with electronics and communication engineering, and civil engineering combined with mechanical, covering various fields in science and engineering. The aim of this conference is to bring together leading experts and research scholars in various science and engineering disciplines. It is also the goal of the meeting to promote collaborative and network opportunities among the senior scholars and graduate students in order to advance new perspective. Additional emphasis at ETSER 2015 is put on applications in related areas as well as other fields. Papers presented in this conference will be considered for publication in the conference proceedings after this conference. The conference brings together more than 225 participants from various parts of the country like Haryana, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Uttarakhand, Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Tripura, Telangana, Chhattisgarh, Kerala, etc. Experts from University of Maryland, University of Florida also participated in this conference. The conference is divided into 14 technical sessions and 1 poster session. The keynote address was given by Professor V. Srihari Rao, University of Florida, USA, on the topic Inspire, Invigorate and Innovate.
We start on 2nd December, and today is the last day. On the first day itself, early morning I came here and I didn't see many people here, but at around 10 a.m. I saw a big crowd. Our director, Professor S. Virendra, also he came early in the morning and he see all the district, whether is there anything that to be make up. Then after the inauguration functions, actually we went to the different hall. We had 4 different halls for presentations. I was in one of the halls. I have seen many participants from all over India, and some other experts are from the abroad also. We had exchange of knowledge from different participants. All the papers are from the new domains. We could earn a lot of these things, new information from this experience. And during the dinners and during the lunch, again we, all experts, all the participants, and the students, they interact. We had a discussion also. Again, the same thing happened the second day, that's on 3rd December. On 4th day, and on the 3rd and 2nd day again, there was a poster session at the evening. And there was a lot of participants. There was discussions among the district participants and experts also. So this is a very good sign for this conference. Our organizers also, they took very keen interest to organize, to cooperate, and to make this conference successful. Again, today is the last day, and we have actually, I could not listen to all the distinct expert talks, invited talk, except today's talk by Dr. Ranbir from IIT Guwahati, and another talk by Professor Arun Chattopadhyay. Both the talks are very much interesting, and these are very much valuable to us and give a lot of distinct information. This talk update our knowledge again. In future, what I expect, we should organize such organizations regularly, and we should attend the such conference organized by other institute and other university at other places regularly. With this, we can update our knowledge. With this, I want to conclude. Thank you.
This is the first time that NIT Manipur is organizing an international conference of this magnitude. Actually, I would like to invite our delegates or invitees to present any feedbacks and suggestions, if there is any. I would like to provide an opportunity to our invitees to give any feedbacks. Since there are no any feedbacks from our delegates, I would like to request Professor Sujilal to please give us an address.
The friends and colleagues, it wouldn't be an address, but sort of sharing of my experience here and maybe a bit more. As many of you know, I come from outside Manipur professionally, but I'm a native of Imphal, so I have to wear two hats or play two roles. And first, I would like to play the role of a participant who has come from outside. And I have to say, and I'm pleased to say, that it has been an excellent conference in many ways, and I'm very happy to see the professional and the competent way it has been organized. My contact with the organizing team has been mainly through Yvette only, who contacted me well ahead if I would be able to come, and I really like the way the professional and the typical physicist way of very crisp and clear communication, and that has made it much easier. And on behalf of the participants from outside Manipur, I would like to thank the organizing committee, the institute, Dr. Virendra and all others for the very generous and warm hospitality in the institute and during the conference. I'm sure my other colleagues will be adding to it. Many of us come here for more than one reason. I mean, it is an international conference on science and technology, so we come for the professional aspects of it. Probably it's fair to say that that's not the only reason we come. I come here because I like to be in Imphal and talk to you and talk to my colleagues. I think each of us from outside has an element of both. Each of us have the professional reason to come here so that we can share the science, and also to some degree to see how things are going in a place like Imphal, at the new institute like NIT, so that we can participate and perhaps help in achieving the goals that you have set. And I'm sure my colleagues remain committed to this aspect, that we will be willing to work with you in future endeavors that you will take up in whatever role. Or work in something, there are always two aspects that come in, whether we like it or not. One is the professional aspect. I, as a physicist, want to do my best as a physicist because that's how I do things. Then there are other aspects which come in because of other reasons, personal, let's say. And in all organizations, there is always a balance of these two. I'm sure many of the participants came from outside because of their personal connections and willingness to participate in these things. The same thing works in science and collaboration. What I saw yesterday was many collaborations, mainly between the supervisor and the student, and I'm sure it will develop into collaboration as a team between many senior faculty or faculty, and that we should recognize as an essential way to develop science and the teaching in NIT, and I'm sure you're aware of it, but I think it's important to mention. NIT has impressed me considerably for such a young institute to set up the teaching programs and teach very effectively, and to host an international conference, and we'll look forward to a future conference and then enjoy it even better. Thank you.
Thank from the core of my heart, because what these people, these young people have done, I'm pretty sure many of the older institutes would not have been able to do. And personally, Ibetombi, Rohan, and I can name all of them, but it's just been a remarkable experience for me. They just let us feel like in a family, and that's something that you don't get in big professional conferences. So this has been a big conference in one way, and has been a very small and cozy conference in other ways. The most important thing that I think that is happening in India is that these young institutes, the new institutes are coming up with new ideas, and whether you like it or not, you really do not expect too much from the older institutes, because they have run their course and they have done what they could do, and they have sort of saturated to an extent. I had been in Mandi IIT as a mentor for a year. The government of India sent me there, and I realized that it is these new institutes, they don't have the baggage of the history, and that really is extremely useful. And if you can really carry it forward and use it as your strength, I think that's what really counts. And that